I am incredibly honored by Chanel's support of Black Ambition. Mentorship is a cornerstone of Black Ambition's mission, and it's vital to the success of the next generation of Black and Latinx entrepreneurs. To honor their commitment to investing in human potential and advancing greater representation in culture and society, Chanel has put together an amazing panel of women to talk about leadership through a woman's lens.
Hello and welcome. My name is Samira Nasr and I'm the editor-in-chief of Harper's Bazaar. I am thrilled to be with you today. It is my pleasure to introduce a very accomplished group of women. They are entrepreneurs, they are leaders, they have all built successful companies from the ground up. They are brilliant, creative, passionate, and compassionate individuals. Edith Cooper was the first woman of color to be made partner at Goldman Sachs. And today she is co-founder of Medley, a startup which she runs with her daughter. Natalie Massenet is founder and managing partner of Imaginary Ventures. And before that, she founded a company called Net-a-Porter. Also with us today is Emma Grede, CEO of Good American. And Tracee Ellis Ross is an actor, a producer, a singer, and founder of Pattern Beauty. Welcome to all of you.
Historically, Black and brown women particularly, but Black and brown people do not have a stake in what they make and aren't trained, taught societally, culturally to actually have equity in the things that they build. So I've been on this journey of learning and trying to understand how you take a dream out of your heart, out of your mind, and like pull it up into the atmosphere. One of my missions in life is really about supporting other Black and brown people, and particularly women, in expanding our equity in our real estate and our ability to actually build what we want. Because the more we build what we want and what we're looking for, the more our world is a reflection of who we actually are.
The biggest single thing that matters, like, do you have a belief that you can do something, that your value and your own self-worth is really, really worth something? And so if you can just keep that in your center and you can wake up every day and say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to bet on me. It's probably like the single most best empowering thing you can do, in business or otherwise.
When I started, I didn't have any business experience. All I had was the idea that I wanted to shop online, and it didn't exist. And so, if you have an idea, you shouldn't believe that just because it doesn't exist, it can't exist.
It's never a straight path. It just can't be, because you don't know what is around the corner. And if anything has proven that, it's what we've been through in the last year. Learn from the experience, take things away that are actionable to continue to evolve, and just being intentionally laser focused on the experience that it will take for everyone to really thrive, to live to their potential.
I think part of what leads people to believe that you can be an overnight success is the culture, right? And we don't show the journey. We don't show the hard times. And resilience is something that, as an entrepreneur, you build over a long amount of time. And that comes from getting, for me, a lot of things really wrong.
All of us have our own versions of privilege, and that's a blind spot. And the more diverse that table is, the more this experience looks like our world, and the better we all are. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is not about sales, it's about the love of humanity. And if your company is based on a mission, if your idea is based in a greater good, you fly.
We're different, we think differently, and that goes beyond gender, and it goes to diversity, which is different experiences, different skill sets make a team richer. Putting a team together in a company is like building an all-stars. So you want somebody who has systematic thinking, somebody who's intuitive, somebody who is focused on the details, somebody who's focused on the big picture. And those skill sets come in all shapes and sizes and backgrounds and experiences. And if you truly want to build an impregnable, insane team, you need to bring in all these different skill sets. When people start companies, they're not born knowing how to run a company. They're not born being a CEO.
And recognize that being a CEO is an instinctive thing. There's decision making. You have to inspire your team. You have to hire excellence. And you've got to really set the tone in all environments to keep it moving. So what is a leader, if I could just sum it up? A leader is someone who owns the responsibility of creating an environment in their organization where everyone can perform to their potential.
And that's where this idea of mentorship comes in, right? If you can find and surround yourself with the right people that are going to be honest about the journey, you're not always going to find that in maybe the way you expect it to come from you, but it's really about what can you extrapolate from people that you just bump into? How can you put yourself in the proximity of people that are going to be able to help you? And then keep your ears open, because it comes from so many different places.
The world may put limits on you, but with your own goals, don't limit yourself. And then don't underestimate how hard it will be to achieve those goals. But the bigger the goal, the more you will achieve.